I have something to say. I do. And let me get this going right here. Let me get this going, you all. A lot of us are going through difficult times in our life. We are. A lot of people are going through some very difficult times in their life. And as you're going through these difficult times, you may feel like you're all alone in the world. You're all alone. Even though you are surrounded by others, even though you have family and friends who are near you, family and friends, you know, that you talk to and stuff, still on the inside, what you're going through in life right now may seem like it's unbearable. It may seem like you're never going to be able to make it through because you've never had to experience anything like this before. And it can bring about feelings of helplessness, feelings of hopelessness. And I want to let you know that there is hope. There is always hope. Whenever you find yourself in that spot and you think, I'm all alone, no one understands me, we understand. We really do. We have all been through periods in our life when we felt that there was no one else that would be able to understand what we're going through. Okay? We've been through those times, and it is very difficult. It's extremely, extremely difficult to go through those periods of our life. No matter what it is, you know, you may have had a job that you worked at your whole entire life, and you had dreams of retiring at that job. And then one day, you know, that job is no more. You don't have that job anymore. And there goes your dreams, just vanished like that. And you know, that's a lot. That's a lot of weight to carry up on your shoulders. It is, because it's literally like it's like a knife to your heart. It really is. Spiritually speaking, it's like a part of you is no longer there. That's what it feels like. And for those who, you know, you want to be able to, you know, feed your family. You want to have a roof over your head for your family. You want to be able to take care of your family. And when you're not able to do that anymore because you've lost your job or the money's not coming in, or you can't feed your family the way you want to, or at this time of year you can't give the gifts that you want to give. You don't even know if you'll be able to buy any Christmas for your family. It's okay. It's all right. As long as you have each other, you're going to make it. You don't stand alone. You do not stand alone. You don't. You're never, ever alone. And don't let anyone ever tell you that you are alone. Please don't let no one tell you that. Please do not let the enemy whisper in your ear that there is no hope, that you might as well give up. Don't let the enemy tell you that, when you know darn well inside your being that there is hope. There is an eternal light that shines ever so bright inside of you, even though that light at times may get this small, and you may feel like your light is literally going out. You may feel like your light has went out and that it's going to go out. Your light is not going to go out, okay? It's not going to go out, you all, okay? You know what? Now that I said that, I think I feel led within my spirit. I really do. I'm going to read you this poem. Let me read you this poem that I have pulled up on here. It's called The Threads of My Life. And I wrote this poem, you all. It's a beautiful poem, but I hope that if you're listening to my voice, I hope that after you hear this, that it literally can bring hope inside of here. And I pray that it touches you, okay? I do, because we need each other. We have each other. Please don't think that you're alone. You're not. So I want to read this, and I'm just telling you right now, I'm not looking at my YouTube page. I'm not looking at the comments on my cell phone. I've literally tuned it all out, so I'm not going to be distracted. And if you're watching this, thank you. If you're listening, thank you. The threads of my life. As the threads of my life unraveled, the fabric slowly came apart. And there, laying before me, were the pieces of my broken heart. It was hard for me to fathom how life could be so cruel. I pondered to think about it. Was I just being a fool? Did this just really happen, right at this moment in time? I couldn't think of a reason, not a single one in my mind. Still there, right in front of me, was the fabric and the threads, for my life became unraveled. What was alive now is dead. How could God let this happen? Now what will become of me? Then I heard his gentle voice. My child, this had to be. The fabric and the threads laying in front of you are the remnants of your life, the life you once knew. In time, you will see when everything falls into place. If it weren't for the fabric and threads, you would not have known my grace. And I wrote that song. It was a few years back when I was going through a very difficult time in my life. It was when I worked at a certain place. And it's true. I can look back at that period of time about what I went through at that specific job. And it was very hurtful. It was. My spirit was crushed within. It was. And I'm thinking, why did you allow this to happen? And then that poem, literally, it flowed within, and I wrote it down, you all. Even when you're in situations like that, or even worse, it is true. As time goes by, you will be able to heal. Your life will continue. You'll grow stronger. You will. And you should be able to look back on your life and see how far that you have been brought from that very moment when you thought all was lost and that there was no hope left. You should be able to look back and see that, and you've got to stay positive inside of you. You've got to keep that hope alive. And you may say, well, I don't have anything to hope in. I don't have nothing to be thankful for. You may feel that way. And some people, I don't mean to say this, but it's hard to get through people when they feel that way. It is. It's like there is a barrier that's put up because they've been hurt so bad and they don't want no one else to hurt them again. So they put a barrier up. They don't want to be hurt anymore because they can't bear it. They physically and mentally, emotionally can't bear it. But we can pray. We can pray for you when that happens. People pray. Prayer works wonders. It does. Prayer works wonders. And sending positive thoughts and stuff, it works wonders, especially when it comes from your heart. When it comes from your heart. Even when you speak something out loud, something good about someone, and you mean it, it literally will. It does manifest in the spiritual realm, and it makes a difference. Your prayers make a difference in someone's life, whether you realize it or not. We can literally stand in the gap for others who are going through difficult times, because there's others who may not have the strength within to even stand. That's why we have each other. That's why we have God. Okay, that is. That's why we have love. Love is the bond that holds us all together, everyone. It is the love within that holds us together, that bonds us together. It's unbreakable. It is unbreakable if we realize the power of love and the power of who we are on the inside, and what we mean to others, okay? I need you. You need me. We can't tell each other, I don't need you in my life. You can't say that to somebody, because you know there will come a time when you will need somebody. Okay? You can't walk this road alone in life. And you know what? You don't have to. You don't have to walk this road alone. If you're listening to me, you don't have to. You can reach out to others. You can let somebody in. You can lower that barrier. You can lower that barrier and let somebody in. You can. Because there are people who truly do care. I'm sure that there are people here listening to me right now, that there are people who have tried to help you in your life, and you will not let anybody in. But you know what happens when someone truly wants to be there for you and you refuse to let them in? It's like robbing them of a blessing, because it really does. It truly does bless others when they are allowed to help others. It does. To be able to be there, it fills them up on the inside to be able to give of themselves. It does. It fills a person up on the inside, especially if they have that gift within, if they have that desire within to help others, to do for you. If you're one of those people who will not let nobody in, if they have that desire and you know it's a sincere desire, but you don't want to let them in, please, if someone's trying to be there for you, even if whatever help they're trying to give you, if you're watching this, please, it's okay to let that barrier down. It's okay to let that barrier down, okay? I know we're told to guard our hearts because it is the wellspring of life. I guard my heart. I guard what goes in it because it is my wellspring of life. It is, and I'm sure just like you all, nobody wants to get hurt. Nobody wants to get hurt. But we all need to heal. We all need to heal. And sometimes we need to let others in to help us heal. Okay, we need to let others in to help us heal. Yeah. So I felt led to come on here. That's why I'm not looking at the comments. I'm staying straight here on my OBS studio. I am. And I'm not looking at no comments. But if this message is for you, if these are the words that you needed to hear, I'm so thankful. I am truly thankful within my being, because I really want every single person hearing my voice. There is always hope, and you are never, ever alone. Okay, there is a God above. And for those, Gina, you don't say Jesus' name a bunch. You don't hardly say him. I don't know where you stand. I have a relationship with Jesus, okay? It's a personal relationship, okay? It is. And, my channel, I share all kinds of things on my channel, okay? I do, all right? But for those who are wondering, yes, I do. He changed my life. He changed my life. He's always been there for me. Always, always, you all. Whenever I would pray like that. And there's sometimes when we pray for things in our life, you may say, well, I pray and God doesn't hear my prayers. And I'll address that. Sometimes when we pray, God doesn't answer our prayers the way we want him to answer them. Okay? Sometimes you won't hear nothing. It's like a complete silence, and because you're looking for the answer that you want. Okay? But this is what you need to remember. His ways are not our ways, and his thoughts are higher than our thoughts. There are many times in my life when I have prayed for something, thinking I know what's best for me, and I'm thankful I did not get that. I'm very thankful that he did not answer my prayer the way that I wanted, because it would not have turned out too well for me. It really wouldn't have. And that's things that we can be thankful for when you do pray. Sometimes the prayers that don't get answered is the best thing that could have ever happened, because you know what? Your life may not have took that path that it took. Okay? It may not have. And I don't have the answers as to why things happen the way that they do. I don't have the answers. Okay? I don't. And just because my prayers may not be answered at the time that I want them to, or in the way that I want them to, is not going to cause me to give up hope. It isn't. Okay? It isn't. I've grown throughout the years, and I know that. Okay? I have, and I'm sure a lot of you have too. You know that there's been times in your life when you have looked back and you thought, well, if I had only made that decision, then my life would have been different. But then you would not have been at the place you are right now, realizing that, because your life probably would have took you down a different path. Everything that we go through in this life, it builds us up. Okay, we grow stronger. We go stronger. Everything that we go through, every battle that we go through, all of it, it makes us stronger. Okay, it doesn't have to break you, and if it does break you, you are going to get put back better. You're going to be remade. Okay, you are. You're not going to be that strong, that weak person. If you were once weak and then you was broken and stuff, you're going to get stronger. Okay, you are. You're going to grow within. Okay, you're not going to give up. You're not going to give up. I want you to know you don't have to give up on life. You don't. You don't have to give up. Okay, no matter what it is you're going through, don't give up. Please, you've got the light within you. You've got a spirit within you. You've got love within you. You've got God. Okay, if you don't believe in God. Okay. Well, I would hope that you find something that you do believe in. I really do. Something that will make a big difference in your life. Maybe you have a very good friend that you look up to. Someone who's been so loving and kind to you and has always treated you nice in your life. I hope that you have someone like that in your life to help you in your time of need and just be there for you, someone that you can talk to, someone that understands you. Okay, I truly do. I hope that for everyone, that you have someone who can be there for you, who understands you. Okay, and if it's even only this YouTube channel, if it's only me, I'm very thankful that you're in my life. I'm very thankful that I have this opportunity to speak. I am, and I do share a lot of myself. I do. I am me. What you see is what you get right here. I'm me. Okay, I'm nobody else but me. Okay. Yeah, so for everyone who's watching this, please don't give up. And there is hope. There's hope. An eternal hope that lives on the inside of here. Eternal. We are a spirit in this body. I personally feel, I know that I'm a spirit within this body. And when my time on earth is done, I'm going to leave this body behind. I am. And I'm going to return to where I came from. I am. And there's a lot of people who feel the same way. When their time on earth is done, they're going to return to where they came from. Okay? We have a spirit within us. It's an eternal spirit. It's an eternal light. And it comes from a greater light. Okay? It does. Some people call this greater light God. They call this Jesus. They call it Source. they call it many names, the source, okay? But one thing's for certain, okay? My whole life, love has literally been the most important thing to me ever. Love. And that's what I try to cultivate. And I've noticed myself that even growing up, yeah, I'm getting personal with you. I'm getting down. I'm telling you how it is. Even growing up, it has been, I admit it, it's been very difficult for me to speak with my peers. Okay, it is. It has been because it's like on the inside of me, my spirit, it. I'm an old soul. I'm an old soul, you all. And I'm sure there's a lot of you who are an old soul too on the inside. And if you've tried to speak about things that you that are very important to you, you're I'm sure you realize, like I did, and like I do, that there's not very many people who literally want to engage with you on such deep spiritual level. If you're a spiritual person, I'm sure that you've been there yourself. It's like you feel like, I'm in this world, but I'm not of this world, and this world is not my home. And one day I'm going home. I'm going to go home, you all. You're going to go home. One day you're going to go home, okay? Because there's a lot of people who are listening to this right now. You feel within your being, you don't belong here. This world is not, truly not your home. But you're here for a reason. You are here for a reason, and you are here for a purpose. You've got a job to do. You've got a mission to do. I've got a mission to do. Okay, I know I do. And I'm sure a lot of you realize that you have a mission to do too, and you have a purpose. If you feel like, well, I don't have a purpose in my life, that's a lie. That's a lie from the enemy. You do have a purpose. Okay, you're still here. And you know what? You may have touched people's lives and not even realized it. Not even realized it, because some people don't tell others how important they are to them. They don't. Some people just keep quiet because they don't know how to tell others how they feel about them and how appreciative they are. Okay, so you may think, well, nobody cares about me. That's a lie. That's a lie. Don't listen to the thoughts like that. There are a lot of people who care about you, and you've got to care about yourself. Okay, you've got to care about yourself. You've got to love yourself enough, is what you've got to do. You've got to love yourself enough. Okay, love will carry you through. Okay, push out all the negativeness. Push it all aside, every single bit of it. I do want to tell you, you have all the strength you need on the inside of you. You do. And in the spiritual realm, you do. If you believe in the spiritual realm, if you believe in God, if you believe in Jesus, if you believe in a higher power or an unseen power, if you believe in the power of love, you've got all you need on the inside of you. You do. Okay, and there's no darkness on the face of this earth that can ever take away that love that you have on the inside of you. You know why? Because they didn't give you that. Okay, that love is your light, is your eternal light. Okay, I want you to realize that. And you're not alone. Okay, and there's always hope. And one day you'll look back on this day as you move on the road on this journey. You'll look back on this day like you have other times in your life where it's been really difficult, that you think you would never make it through. There has been other times in your life you made it through, even though you may have thought, I'll never get beyond this. You will get beyond this, because you don't want to stay in the same place. You don't want to let your life stagnate. You don't want to give up. You want to keep going. Okay, you want to keep going as long as you can, as far as you can. You don't ever want to give up, okay, until your journey's in. Until your journey's in. Okay, so I am going to go. I am, and I hope that you heard something encouraging if you're watching this. I really do. And I have something to say, and I said it. I did. I just let the words come out of me. So, with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. And have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please don't ever give up. And you are never, ever alone, okay? Even though you may feel it. You have me. If you're on the other side of the world, you have me. I have you. We can see each other on here. We can connect on here. And you have friends. You have loved ones. You have what you need on the inside of you. You do, okay? And and I'd like to say this. Happiness can be found anywhere, in any place. But you know what? True happiness can only be found within, right inside of here. That's where it can be found, right inside of here, because you know what? You could get all these other things in life thinking it's going to bring you happiness, only to find out that it was not lasting. You know why? Because you had an emptiness on the inside of here. You had like a void. Okay, true happiness right inside of here. It can be found on the inside of you. Okay, it can. That's where it comes from, you all. And it's a byproduct of love. It is. So have a wonderful rest of your day. And thank you so much for listening to this video. I've not done one like this before. This is a first. But I felt led within my spirit to do this. Okay, I did. We need hope. Okay, we need love. We need God. We need Jesus. We need a higher power in our life. We do. So have a wonderful rest of your day. Love you.